sweet and you're so dirty. Yes. You're so sweet. Yes, you are. You're so sweet. Let's get you back on the table, huh? Can you get back on the table over there? Let me see this right here. I gotta move that anyway. What's up, you guys? We're gonna shave my female doodle today. I've been holding out on leaving all kinds of stuff with her coat for the last few months. Well, the last year. And I've done a bunch of stuff. I left her long for a long time. What's up? I left her long. I left her a half and half. I really wanted to keep the color, try the color. And I feel like she hates, like I know her well now, right? And she hates hair in her face, so we've been working that. It's pretty off her eyeballs now, but she's been chewing some treats and she's got a little dirtiness going on around her mouth. That's from the last couple days. And they're still just really hot here in Texas. So she's about a year and a half old, and so is her brother. And now is the time to go ahead and really give her a shave down, like a really close summer cut. The last few days, and we're going into the end of our summer here in 2022, which is August 1st. So August is our true summer in Texas. It's usually the hottest month of the year. And guess what? It has been extremely hot. My car temperatures haven't left around 108 to 111. And if you're hanging out with your dogs like I do, it's really hot. You can just see how miserable they are. So we are gonna do a short haircut. This is about 2 months grow out, this right here. So this hair is slow to grow. And if it's slow to grow, then you wanna make sure you do what you like, because if it's slow to grow, you're not having to do a shave down every month, which is kind of cool. But it grows back thick and short. So it doesn't grow fast. So I left this part here now so I can have the color. We're gonna take that off today. When you're gonna do color, and I'm selling color on my website, I've been trying it all out to make sure what color I like. I like to try stuff before I use it or sell it, so I can tell you what I think and thought about it. And sometimes I'll try something and not bring it on, and I'll be really serious about it. Some companies don't like that about me, but I feel like, why can't we be honest in what we like or don't like and how we sell something? And if we use it and we sell it, why can't we be honest of why we wouldn't sell it? That just sucks that we can't be honest, but I'm gonna be very honest, okay? That's how I feel about the products. You ready? You want some loving? Oh my, I love you. I love you. Those some kisses. I love you. We're gonna give you a haircut. We're gonna take it all off, okay? So that it can be like you can ride through August just fine. You have to jump up here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Love you. Love you. I love you. Can you stay there? Can you stay there? Stay there? Stay? I'm gonna get a 2-speed. I'm gonna do this with a 2-speed so that you know I love my 5-speed. But right now, they ain't even got any 5-speeds for you out there. Hi. Hi. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's so sweet. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. So I want you to know that the 2-speed will do the work. So some of y'all have a 2-speed and you tell me if something's not working, you need to send the blades to me or the clipper. And there's a couple things that could be wrong with your blades to prevent them from working. If you have any blades and you're taking these screws out, these interchangeable blades that has a little pocket right there to put it onto your clipper. If you're changing out these screws, that's right there. You should never have done that. No offense, but if you don't know how to sharpen and realign and all that, that's where you messed up. So you can order new blades. You can send me these to have them sharpened and then realigned and put together. But if you have an Oster type blade, I'm learning a bunch of stuff still with my sharpeners. If you have an Oster type, this is an Andis. If you have an Oster, thank you, Senior Fly Girl. If you have an Oster, what I found out was sometimes even these two will bend, and this piece right here can actually be replaced, this piece. So if you bent it, broke it, dropped it, then sometimes it's this piece also that's just not working out for you. This blade that I've had, let me see, if my initials on here, my whole name is, I've engraved my whole name there. If I engraved my name is when I was working with other people at PetSmart, and I didn't want someone to take my blade or borrow it, and I don't recommend you borrowing anything. These things are too expensive for you guys to pass them around. Get your own. Don't be upset when someone says, get your own blade. You make commission on that dog, take 20 bucks out of that dog's commission and buy another blade. Now, where you get your blade, come over myfavoritegroomer.com. But tell me you're a groomer. I'll do the best I can for you. But I have had this blade since I had initials back in 2003. 2003. It's currently 2022, and this is still in my box right here. I still use it. So what I'm telling you is if you're messing with your screws or you dropped it, and this is the blade talk only. If you dropped it and all that stuff, it may not work right. So get a new blade and send that one in for realignment and sharpening. You can do that at myfavoritegroomer.com. Now, you can do it locally. I'm not just saying I'm the only one out there for you, but I will turn it around as fast as I can and get it back to you. And then my sharpener guy, if something doesn't work right, he does a resharpen as long as I can identify when you sent it in and which blade it was. Like they're real cool with me. They've been in business a long time. Senior Fly Girl, thanks for your donation. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation to My Favorite Groomer. MP, thank you so much for your donation. Woo! Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation to My Favorite Groomer. Woo! Thank you so much for your donations. I appreciate you. Now, if your clipper has a problem, sometimes the blade drive needs to be replaced. Sometimes there's too much hair inside the clipper, like you got to take it apart and blow it out, clean it, change your Oster. It might need a lever change. It might need the blade drive there changed. It might need this thing changed. There's a bunch of things that could affect your clipper. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to do the 2-speed clipper, and it's my clippers. I clean them. I take care of them. They're good to me. I don't drop them. I'm not careless. I don't keep them in a salty or wet environment. So I really take care of my equipment. So if you take care of your equipment too, then that's how you prolong the life of them. Now, if you don't take care of them, then they are going to have some problems and you get them in for servicing. Take care of how you do your cord. I have a cord cover on mine, and I always just loop it around, twist tie the thing around the tie thing that I sell, so that I keep my clipper nice, not just all looking all crazy, okay? If you wear out your clipper cord, it's expensive to replace a cord, like at minimum 30 to 5 bucks at minimum. And that's not including somebody changing it out for you. Okay, food for thought. I need you to know those things. We're gonna get her on the table and we're gonna start this shakedown. Here we go. So I've got my 2-speed out. I sell these. They're blue. The ones I have now are blue. And I have a bunch of these. I do not have a bunch of 5-speeds. They're sold out almost everywhere. And if you happen to get them somewhere where it's a knockoff, you're doing yourself a disservice. Make sure you are actually getting, how do you make sure? Just where you're ordering it from. If you don't know where you're really ordering it from, then what company is really selling it to you, they may not even distribute the Andis product, and that means they could have gotten a hold of a knockoff. and that's not even a real motor in there. It's a different knockoff motor. You wouldn't know if you don't do some research and investigating. Don't go for the cheapest thing. Sometimes it's not the real thing, okay? So this needs a cord cover. This is my clipper that I rent out, and I think I've rented it out twice. So if you just want to rent a clipper and you're local to Texas, let me know. I will get a kit for you, and you can just rent the kit and groom your own dog and not buy all the equipment and not deal with the servicing. Yeah, I wish somebody would have done that before I became a groomer for me, you know. But if you drop it, I mean, you got to buy it, so don't drop your clipper. Okay, I'm going to plug in here. I'm going to wear my face mask because I don't want to breathe in a lot of this dander in the air. It gets stuck in my lungs. No one's going to tweeze it out of my lungs, so I'm wearing a face mask. I'm also wearing gloves to prevent myself from getting splinters because a small splinter can be very painful to dig out, and I'm getting too old to dig out splinters out of my fingers and make it a bloody mess. It's just painful. They go deep too, so that's why I have all this equipment on. I'm wearing a smock so I don't get all my bra really caked up with hair. Could it still happen? Yes. That's why I don't wear shirts underneath anymore. I've just wasted so much clothing over the last 23 years. 24, right? 23. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started, and you might still be able to hear me, but I'm gonna try to talk louder with my mask on, and then I'm also gonna just try to work. And hopefully you have fun watching me shave my female doodle. Okay, here we go. Girlfriend, you ready? We'll come up here. Thank you. What I love about my female doodle is that I've been brushing her and grooming her since she was 4 months old. And she loves to obey because consistency has taught her that we're not harming her, okay? No dog is perfect, because I mean, this is not something I want to say they love doing. I've got my groom loop cover. I'm going to put this on because she is obedient, and so I don't have to struggle too much. But this will help this groom loop not pull on her neck like a rope. And I've been doing this a long time, and I finally invented this sucker, and I am so happy I finally put it into works. So now this leather will be a wide hold around her neck, less rope-like. But can she pull out of it? Yeah, she could probably pull out of it. So you don't always have the ability to work with a dog that's going to. Should we use a small one? That's a large. This one's too big? Okay, we'll leave this one on like that. Let me see. I have to use this groom loop though? Let me see if I'll hear. No, I got some right here. This one's a little big for you, huh? Let me just try one more time here. Thank you. Yeah, that's okay for now. We'll just make it work, okay? We'll make it work. She has this bow. Look at this. This is so pretty. Is this pretty or what? We make these too. Okay, let's do 10. I'm gonna do a 7 blade. Okay, I'm gonna do a 7 blade. So 7 blade, shave down. Let's go. I'm gonna bring you in and out, okay? Bring you in and out here. I like to start in the base of the back, like here, where the neck starts. I've got my groom loop cover in the way, so I'm gonna come back to that part of it. But I like to start back there so that that's just my pattern. That's my habit, is to start here and go down with the hair all the way down, 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 okay? So just something I like to do like that. Is that good? Yeah, that's good, right? So I've got my 2-speed, so I wanted to show you this will do the job. And then I've got a 7 blade, and now it's cool, it's good to go. We haven't even done anything. Now we're gonna go. So if you have a blade that's not this easy to go down the coat, I'm gonna tell you right now, you have something wrong with your blade, okay? And you're gonna also notice that I am not using coolant or oil while I'm shaving. Don't do that. Do it after and not after each dog. When I would do it after each dog, the next dog haircut was just horrible. Do not oil and do all that coolant. Don't put all that in your blade while you're shaving, okay? This blade is not juicy and oily and all that, not at all. It's dry. It needs to be dry or the hair is gonna get stuck all up in there. I don't care what anyone says, that's just the truth. Okay. 7 blade, boom. And I've been saving a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to save it today. We're going to let it all go. We're going to get her really clean. I feel like the environment has turned into like hay, and that's really bothering her. She's getting some allergies with it, and so to determine whether it's sticking in her hair and bothering her, I'm going to take it all off. I've left it long for a long time, and I feel like now I'm just going to do what she needs to have done, which is a nice summer cut. I'm going to let that grow out a little bit more, and I'm going to come back and color her legs later. And again, it grows slow, so I might come back and color in a week and a half or 2 weeks. There's a little static in the air. It is so hot here. There's no humidity. It is just straight up hot. So maybe that's why there's still a little static in the air. She does not love the brushing, which she still lets me brush, but if it's tangled, which it is, and it can get tangled easy with two doodles hanging out and partying and playing around a lot. So just taking this off is in her benefit. She's such a good dog, right? She's doing really good. If you're consistent and whatever you're doing causes no pain, then the dog should consistently be a good groomed dog, whether it's your dog or a client's dog. Be consistent and allow exercise in their schedule as well. I like to turn my clipper off, if you can hear it, over and over and over to keep it from getting too hot. It's going to get hot anyway, but if I keep turning it off, then it will get hot less fast. I like to also shave the dog down before the bath because I'm not going to have to blow dry it all and then shave it all that needed to be blow dried. I feel like that is a waste of time. If you get your line right here, when you get done, you might have to do some tidy up, but you won't have to really do a full shave all over again and fix lines because you did a really good job on the pre-bath grooming. So you can see me taking my time and drawing my lines how I need to. You can't, when hair grows in curly, it has its own little flavor right there. I can't do that, that's natural with curly hair, but you don't see strips and lines down her coat because I'm watching how I go about how heavy and how fast and how I draw a line or not draw a line as I go. Because then I don't have to come back at all. Like with my own dog, we don't blow dry. I just let her air dry. So if I'm going to do color and all that, we'd have to do it the next day anyway. That tells you a lot. I believe blow dryers are like a jet engine and they're really loud and cause a lot of stress. But I'm a different kind of groomer. So that's what I like to do for my own dogs. I don't blow dry them like that unless it's like for an event or for something I need to get done quickly. Then I might throw a blow dryer on it. Or I wanted to do some training with somebody and we have to, right? But my own personal dogs, I let them air dry. I feel like that gives her a little longer life because her heart isn't always going a mile a minute with that jet engine blow drying and stressing her out once a month during a grooming session. So all this brown stuff is just when she travels with me in the car, I love to give her, you almost slip. I love to give her a chew stick and monitor it and keep her busy so she doesn't get woozy. She gets nauseated in the car. That really helps her. That's the only thing I have found over the year and a half of having her and owning her that really works. It keeps her busy. Is that if she has something to chew on in the car while I'm driving, she doesn't even think about how bumpy it might be. I also like to keep my station as clean as I can as I work, so she's pretty good, you know, makes it easy to do my job right. So I'm going to grab her foot and then shave it right into the trash. So I recently was out of town, and when I got back, I noticed that there was definitely some tangles in her hair here. So that made it even more important for me to go ahead and make some decisions on taking it off. Sometimes when you go out of town, the people you leave in care of your animals don't know exactly how to make sure there's no matting. And if you happen to have that issue, you can pay them more or train them how to do it or just deal with it when you get back. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're local and you have me pet sitting your dog, I will definitely do some things like to avoid matting. That's part of what I would do in my services, because I feel like I care that extra mile. It's important to me, you know? But right now, because right here didn't get brushed, this part right here, I can try to leave. I want to leave it so bad, but it's not about me, it's about my dog. So I have to take it off and we have to grow it back. And I've been growing this since she was a puppy. Now the hair will never be this way, but I'm okay. I feel like now it's okay. It's the time to go ahead and just make it all even. I had fun with it. I left it long and everything. I think for her benefit now, taking it off. And now you can hear I don't really want to do it, but again, it's for you, baby. I want you comfortable. And I feel like you're not all that comfortable, you know? You love to party outside, but the yard is a mess, you know what I mean? And it's bothering you. I think it's like in your coat and the dander, like the allergies, whatever, it's in your coat when you run around outside, you know? And so I see it and I just want you comfortable, you know? Okay, you know what I'm saying? I am going to keep some of this though. I am going to bundle that right there. Remember this time around, just to show you that it will do the job. Some people are like, I need the 2-speed, it ain't working. You know, no, the 2-speed works. If you have equipment that's not working, it might be the equipment issue, not the actual device. Swing that around. They don't make this table anymore, but I do know a company that does. It's very expensive. If you need to know who they are, you can email me. Find me at myfavoritegroomer.com and email me from that. But if you want a table with a swing arm, you got to pay it. It's very expensive. It is what it is, and it's the best. They're the best. Thanks for joining my live feed. Be sure to hit that like button and then comment below if you've enjoyed watching and if you're having fun watching out there. Do you happen to own a doodle? Are you grooming yourself? Are you a groomer, grooming other people's dogs? Or just grooming your own dogs? Do you own an Oster clipper or an Andis or a Wall or a Lobby? And what's your favorite blade to use? You can let me know in the comments below or the live chat. I know you don't like it. Imagine if she don't like that very much, but I had to brush all that out. She does not like it when I have to brush all that hair. So she's really going to appreciate this short hair now. It's like now we're just actually saying it's over. That relationship with that hair is over. You want to see? Let me finish your foot here in the trash. Thank you. Good girl. Let me see this one. Thank you. Wait, I'll make it quick. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on, please. Thank you. Wait, almost. Thank you. Let me see, this one. Almost. Thank you. Put your foot down now. Put your foot down. Good girl. Good, let go. Put your foot down. Let me see. Thank you. Good girl. Thank you. Okay, we're going to come back. I'll bring you guys over here. Let me change out my 7-blade now. I think we're at a good change out point. It's warm. It was an ultra, and it means metal to metal. So if you keep turning off your clipper blade, and I'm giving her just a second to, it's cold, you know what I mean? We're just giving her a second here. If you're turning off your clipper, then it really buys you some time on how fast that blade is getting hot. So I recommend doing that and getting into a habit. I'm going to go this way. If you ever have the chance to get a 5-speed, I definitely recommend it too, because I gotta say the 5-speed for me is freaking fast, and getting the job done faster is so much more important in my opinion, because I like to get done with one dog at a time, and I want to be done in an hour, 2 hours, and in worst case 3 hours, and 3 hours is those really matted, really aggressive dogs. So I feel like at the 1 hour you lose patience, and 3 hours, you're pushing it. So the faster and better equipment you can get will save you time and allow you to go quicker on your grooms. The 2-speed does do the work, but like I said, my favorite is a 5-speed. And if right now there's no 5-speeds on the market because they're all sold out, you can get the job done with the 2-speed. And you see that this is in my rental unit, which means I always have a 2-speed as a backup as well. I have 2-speed backups that it looks brand new. Take care of your equipment, because if you ever have a cord problem in your Andis 5-speed that you're using every day, boom. You don't have 2 dryers and you're grooming for income, you might want to say, Dee Dee, what other dryer should I get to help me out? Because there are a low inventory on a lot of things in the planet today, but especially like clippers and dryers and different types of tables. If you want a good table, those might be low in industry, and so is bathing equipment, bathtubs and stuff like that. You can always reach out to me and I will help you. You guys know that. If you support me, I will support you. New blade, switched out the blade, not new, but new for this groom. Switched out the 7-blade, using a 2-speed. Remember I said keep your lines right, and then you don't have to go over it again later on. Curly hair does its own thing though, man. It comes out curly and it does this little up and then curl. And if you cut it at the curl, it's gonna just be there. It's okay, that's a curly dog. Don't beat yourself up over it and don't keep going over the coat. Like it's not a straight flat coat. I got another one of them. We'll talk about that later. I'm telling you, work with your dogs consistently. Look at her. She's obedient. She's doing great. She's being brushed. She's brushed regularly. She's on the table. She gets up here all she wants on her own. Some days we'll come into the salon and she'll come to the table and jump up there like, come on. And so, consistency, okay? Look at all that hair. Wait, do you want to smell it? Here, do you want to smell it? Dogs, man, they're so sweet, right? Dogs and cats, they want to smell all animals. They want to smell the stuff. They want to know what's going on. Is that my hair? They'll know right when they smell it. That's their hair. That's not my hair. She's got this cutest little tail. It's like perfect. It's perfect even with the cut I put on it. It's not hairy, it's just perfect. It's just got enough hair around the whole thing. You don't want that? At least we're not having to brush. Now let's say you guys were not doing a summer cut and you were going to brush all this hair out. That's where you have to actually do pre-work. You have to brush it all before you can do a guard cut. You have to do that. Or the guard is just, you're going to take forever because the guard will keep snagging the hair. But like this is a 7-blade, and I think you can get away with even using the 5-blade. Whereas if there's some tangles, because there was definitely some mats here when I took off, you know, that lump of hair. If there's some small mats and all that, the 5-blade will kind of go through it. But if you're using a blade, remember that the teeth on the blades, you got to look at them. Okay, like if I could put my, watch, if I put my, it'll go straight through, look. It'll go straight through. Do you see my finger? Oh, I just cut my finger open. It'll go straight through this. So if that will go straight through that, the bigger the teeth, like if I bust out a 5-blade, not a 5 guard, but a 5-blade, the teeth are gonna be wider. So then I'm grooming and shaving, and I pull. That's skin right there. That skin is as thin as my gloves. And you can see it just cut it. It wasn't even on. So what I want you to do is if you're going to be grooming with a 5-blade or a 4-blade or a 3 3/4 blade or a 5/8 blade, that's the teeth. They get wider and wider in between. If you're going to groom and shave with that, you do not want to tug at the coat, like make a hair that's knotted go through. You need to come back with your 10-blade and shave out that mat. Don't force this through anything. This is a 7. You can kind of bumper and force with the 10-blade. That's the shortest, safest blade. But as these teeth get more wide in between, do not pull and try to tug to make it go through something it's getting stuck on, okay? It's a big deal because what will happen is it'll pull, and just swipe into the skin. We don't want that. So let me repeat myself on that. I want you to hear me. If I was going to use a 10-blade with a guard on top, you're going to need to brush all the coat out before you go to groom, period. But we're not doing that today because this is a summer cut. So we can go, you know, we can get done here. We can move. We can just throw our 7-blade on the coat and just take it off. And so some of y'all are coming in and out. I just want to reiterate, I like to do the pre-grooming because I don't have to bathe in dry hair that's going to get shaved off. I feel like I know how to not waste time, and that's one way to save time is to go ahead and take the hair off. Okay, we're going to get into some guard cutting there, but right before I do that, I guess I'll go ahead and do the tummy with the tin blade. With water in it, spray it over here, get it off. I'm going to spray the coat, just a little static there. Stick into my hand, just use water, okay? When I'm using my tin blade, I'm going slow and easy. I'm not digging hard and fast, especially under the tummy when I know my dog really well has nipples here. So I want to be really careful, so I'm going slow and I'm kind of edging everything out. Just really paying attention to where my clipper blade is going, even though I'm using what I call the shortest, safest blade, which is a tin blade. See, there goes a nipple. If I was going like boom, it would just cut it. Don't do that. Right there, this is a piece of skin right here on this side and the other side. You can lightly, you know how you have ever somebody edge up the back of your ear? I get a shortcut. If you've never done that before, just look at your husband or friend or boyfriend's or girlfriend's ear and be like, I'm going to edge up your ear. You don't just go in it hard. You don't go in it like with a lot of heavy-handed. You got to be nice and gentle. And then, by the way, one little slip, boom, you're going to cut that skin, which is right here, okay? So I like to do what I would refer to as edging up right here. So I'm going to edge that little circle, right? It's like that. And I'm coming down with my finger, pushing downways now. This is my tin blade. I did a 7 here. I ain't trying to take it down to a 10 everywhere. I'm edging that right there. If you really want to come, if you go, that's like a piece of paper that's like this. So when you come in with your blade like that, it's going to just cut it. So don't do that. You got to be nice and gentle. If the dog's acting all wild and crazy, you're going to have to come at it a whole different way. So we're going to come up here and just double check. Look at all this hair here on our leg. So just because the power of the motor on this 2-speed is a little slower, my 5-speed would have been boom, we would have been done. Nice and easy, not heavy-handed. Heavy-handed in soft tissue areas like that will just cut the tissue. I'm going to come in here. I like to go back and forth in these areas. It doesn't matter. I just want to get the hair off without injury. She's pulling. If she's pulling her leg, I'm going to let her rest. Grab the tail, come back. You don't want her pulling and fighting because you don't want to nip anything back here. Watch those nipples. Get your head in there. You want to look around. If this is not your dog, you need to make sure you either have a muzzle or a cone head or know that dog won't bite your face. This is a perfect place for a dog to bite your face. The whip back is right there in my forehead. And yep, the teacher I used at PetSmart, she taught us, she got bit by a golden retriever in her forehead, okay? So I'm telling you some of these things because it's happened, or I know people it's happened to, or I've seen it happening, and no doubt. Just don't trust any dog, period. Up. We're ready to go up. Let me look. Coming into the private, I like to go back and forth here. Come down. Poo-poo. Poo-poo, don't pull. If you don't pull, I can get done faster, you know what I'm saying? Okay, come down. I like to move the hair because she's going to step in it and just sticks to her feet. And then I'm like, hey, what do I need to still shave off down there? It's all over your feet. Go up. Wait. Remember, I've got my 10 blade out here, not the 7. I like to move everything around down here and get all that hair. She likes to clean herself. I know her really well. So I want to move all that hair out of there. There was a time though with her, since I own her, look at her tail, it's like perfect. There was a time since I owned her, when this was like a little bit of bushy mess back here, and I took it all off, she was like, woo! She was like, it was cool. So try your best to just keep it short back there so it's not like a surprise when you have to take it all off. Switch out. This next 10 blade I'm going to use is a ceramic. I have about 13 10 blades over there. I recommend you build up your 10 blade inventory. I see some hair. I'm going to take it right here in the armpit. Gentle there. Edge it up. Doodles, Goldendoodles, standard poodles, big dogs, they have a lot of skin on their armpit. You want to be really careful and you want to spread it out so you can see real well. You want to look at it like spread it out so you can really get in there, okay? Don't be skimpy. Do it right. So her whole hiney here doesn't need to be a 10 blade. We've done a 7 on her body. So I'm going to come back and do right there underneath here. Okay, girlfriend? I'm going to do a 7 blade. So let's just go back. I'm going to double check. Hold on, over here on my 10 first before I switch back. Okay, up on the leg. Now remember, get up there. Don't be like not looking around. I'm going to do my 10 reverse right there where I said edge it up nice and easy. Watch that skin flap. You can see I'm coming in and back to this back leg so that any hair coming off that bone right there, you can't tell. Straight down. And then over here, now you can see that side if you want. But to go skim so you don't put any lines in it. And if you put some lines in it, because we did a 10 down, you can come fix those lines underneath the legs with a 7 reverse. Just kind of use the 7 right here, the edge of the 7, reverse, and fix those lines. If you put big lines underneath here, like boom, 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 if you accidentally put some lines there and you don't want them to look like lines, come back with a 7 reverse, real nice and light, and use maybe half the blade. Half of it. Just kind of chisel it out like that. Do you understand what I mean? If you don't, make sure you try to come out to one of my training sessions. And you find out about the training sessions by emailing me. And some of the training sessions are in different states, but some of them are here in Texas. So you can email me off of going to myfavoritegroomer.com. All right. I'm feeling pretty solid. We still have to do the bath. I got some stuff to clean up here, but I'm going to go now and mess with her tail. So before I mess with her tail, because I don't want to shave it all the way down, because I really love this 1-inch look she's got all the way around it, I'm going to brush it out. These allergies for her are really kicking her butt. She's got her eyes closed, and I don't really think I hope this hair, getting its hair all off and getting it all off her coat, like what's in the air, I hope that really helps her. And then get that hair out of her eyes and her face. She keeps closing her eyes like she's falling asleep. No, I know her. She's having some allergy problems. You want to sit? Okay, I'll try to work this while you're sitting. I'm not pushing very hard. The brush I sell and use has little teeth that have an angle on them, and that will help pull hair up and out of where I'm brushing. So you don't need to brush hard, but you do need to let the brush do its job. Before I can cut this hair with a guard, which is what I'm going to do with a 10 blade and a guard, I need to brush it all out. Like I was saying with the whole body. If you want to leave the hair longer with the guard, you need to brush it all out first. I have been in a hurry many times in my career. I mean, every kind of grooming situation has happened to me. Someone's late, someone's early, back to back, 8 grooms, 10 grooms, 20 grooms a day, 23 grooms a day. I mean, that's insane. When you work for other people, you can't control how they book you, can you? Y'all know? Raise your hand. Let me know. Put it in the comment below. Just say, yeah, they book like crazy. I can't even breathe. So, I've seen it all. I know how to save time. I know how to go fast. And I know the quality of work, how it can look both ways. If you're always calling in last minute and they're always getting you in, trust you me, they're busy and they're just getting you in. Don't do that. Schedule in advance. Then no one's hurrying around your dog. You know what I'm saying? You run late? No. If someone's got to now rush because now they're running late on someone else. If that's how they run their business. Okay, we want to brush all this out. But there's been times where I just throw a guard on it and I'll be like, see, should have brushed it. You guys watch that? That brown doodles? Trying to hurry up because I worked them in, or when they came in, they were matted to the gill and I was sitting here trying to save time. I don't really think people know what matting really is until they come stand in your face and you're like, no, this is matted. So I've learned over the years, over the phone, plan for the worst. It's not because they're trying to set you up, it's because they don't know. And then once they do know, then they really should know, and they won't know if you don't tell them or show them. The owner, the pet owner. All right, so let's just be safe, because I like the 4 guard a lot, but I really want to make sure that's what I want to do. So instead of going straight to my 4 guard, I'm going to go to my 2 guard first. The 2 guard leaves the hair longer than the 4 guard. These are the Andis guard sets. You can get them at myfavoritegroomer.com. I would love your support. If I'm teaching you things, that's how you work together. So right now I'm using a 10 blade. I've been told by my sharpener guys that, I've been told by Andis, my salesman at Andis. He said you should always use a 10 blade under the guard. The 30 blade teeth are not designed to be under a guard. They're weaker than the 10 blade teeth. So if you're chipping your 30 blades under the guards, it's because they're not meant to be under the guards. Use a 10 blade under your guards. So now I've got my 10 blade here. This is how you take off the blade from your clipper. You don't use screws, you just flip it off. This particular brand and model has a little button right here. I push that button forward and flip my blade at the same time. Boom, my blade comes off. That's how I'm changing out my blades. If you close it like that and it only closes like that far, turn your clipper on and push down. Like that, and get it moving and clicked into the motor, into the teeth right here, the blade drive. So I'm now going to do that again. I'll put my clipper blade on, turn it, push it down, it's on. Get my guard. I'm going to lay the teeth right there so it lays like that, and then I'm going to spring it forward because there's springs inside. So spring it forward over your 10 blade, and here we go. I'm using a blue 2 guard. It says it right on there. It says 3/8 inch. You can do whatever guard you want as long as whatever you want is what you want your tail to look like. Whatever you want to do. So remember I said like the body had taken 2 to 3 months to grow out? Well, I'm gonna shave with a guard the tail. And it will look like this in 2 or 3 months. So that's where I want to be. You have to do a haircut to have the haircut grow back, okay? So we still have to take stuff off. So I'm just going to take my 2 guard because I love how it grows back like that, and I'm actually going to do all sides with the 2 guard. I'm not going to just do the bottom and leave the top long. I'm going to just do all of it the same length, top to bottom of the tail. Now she wants to move around. She does pretty good. She's a young dog. She wants to stand up. I'm going to throw this. She doesn't fit the XL. That's a dog upstand XL. So I kind of want her to stay put while I'm working with her tail. So I'm going to put this under here, raise it up. This is the large dog up stand. And now I can have like my hand there and be able to use both my hands on her tail back here. Now we're going to have the 2 guard length on the top, bottom, and sides of the tail. It will all be the same length. So the way I love how it looks, it will look like that again after it grows out. So I'm taking off that 3/8 inch of hair there. Or I'm leaving the hair at 3/8 inch on the tail, excuse me. See, it's going to be all the same length. I'm holding the tip of the meat of the tail so I don't let it go and touch this metal stuff that's sharp. I'm not bouncing around and all that with it. But she's moving her tail a little bit. I just want to make sure it's pretty even here. Round out that tip, but I'm holding the meat, so I have all that. There's no meat under that little tip of the hair. Hey, we're looking pretty good, right? We're almost done. We're almost done? All right. And I've been talking to you guys the whole time to teach you some stuff. I hope you're learning some things. Let me move you guys more forward now. Okay, let me see here. Let me check it out. So honestly, I don't need the dog up stand underneath her while I'm doing her face, so I'm gonna move it. But I'm gonna go ahead and knock out her feet first because the dog up stand is helping me. So I'm using my tin blade. I see a few things. I'm gonna take it. Some things I need to clean up. And especially going into her feet because we still have to do her feet. So the dog up stand on the feet. Let's just get you guys down to that level. Here we go. Okay? All right. I'm going to move into the feet a bit. Just skim here. And we're going to go ahead and move into the 40 blade. So get my 40 blade out. I like to say the 40 blade I like to use on the feet only. Every now and then I have a very matted dog I'm grooming and I use the 40 blade or razor blade, something like that to really touch the mats at the skin level, but very rarely do I have to do that. All right, 40 blade in. Yeah, I'll leave you guys there. So my dogs have the ability to run around on my concrete patio here at the salon. And what's really a radical thing is that they keep their nails short. Not only that, but if I do have to tip them up or anything like that at the house, like after a vacay or after being out of town traveling, I just tip them up, you know? So they're really short, and the size of the dog helps, and if they're running around playing, really helps. If they sit around and they're lazy a lot, and they're not moving a lot, and they're older, and they're sleeping a lot, all that can allow nails to get really long. And if that's the case, I recommend nails done about every 4 to 6 weeks. So in 2 months, every 2 months, you need to be having nails trimmed on your animal. Nail trims on the animal is where a lot of problems start to happen with the attitude. If you're using somebody that hits the vein, unfortunately, that's where I get a lot of work done with aggressive dogs, is because they need now to find a place to have someone do nail trims that doesn't hit the vein. And that usually takes a couple years, some years, or many years. She's falling asleep. So make sure whoever's doing your toenail trims, you're checking them, and if they hit the vein every time, let's kind of reevaluate what we're doing. And it's okay to say something. These are your dogs, and you're paying for it, okay? If you happen to be hitting the vein at home as well, I would need you to stop hitting the vein on your dog's nails as well. That is painful, and it causes them to be aggressive in the future. If you need to still do your nails because you have no money to get it done, or you're trying to save money, please call me. I will tell you how to do it, but I recommend getting a Dremel. And I mean the actual Dremel. I sell them as well. I've sold a bunch of different types of nail trimmers, and the Dremel is an option that you can do a lot of things with. It's not just for the nail trim. So I recommend that. You can pick it up at myfavoritegroomer.com too. But the Dremel, brand Dremel with a sharp tip, which I sell those too, a sharp tip bullet nail grinder. That way you can go around the entire nail, okay? And and around. The whole sandpaper thing, like to go around underneath the nail, you can't do it. Can't do it with those. Sometimes the nail is pretty close to the pad and you can't get anything in between it, where the bullet will allow you to start creating a space. Yes, forcing the nail away from the body. That's what I love about the bullet attachment to a Dremel. And if you don't have that attachment, please call me. Get it. Come to myfavoritegroomer.com and email me and let me know. Or click on the description of the YouTube video. All of the descriptions, depending on your device, you may need to click the writing right by the title of the video. And it turns into like freaking 3 pages long of information that could be helpful to you. Okay, one last one here, girlfriend. So for the last 4 or 5 days, I've had all my dogs up here on the concrete at the salon. And I'm going to show you these nails. The ones that may not hit the ground or say the dew claw. But like, look at these nails. Like, look at them. It's down to the vein on their own. Do you see it? Oh, we can go up, down, side to side. Okay. See how you right there is a vein? Boom. There's nothing I can take or need to take off. Look at this one. She's even getting this to the vein, inside the vein right here. That's why it's like got that yellow. But her pads are like this because she runs on the concrete. It's like, that's okay. But look at the vein. There's no nail for me to take. It's down. Like that one I might be able to tip a little bit. And I'll check the dew claws. But if you're letting your dogs walk every day, run every day, there's going to be nothing to take off on the nails. Period. Especially if they're big dogs. Now, smaller dogs, sometimes their pads, like pads and nails, sometimes don't even hit the ground. They run so fast. You guys have one of them Chihuahuas. He's so tiny. He weighs 3 pounds. He ain't grinding down his nails. He ain't going to grind those down. So, it's not 100%, but it's pretty dang close to 100% of that being when you have your dogs walking on concrete, playing on concrete, or you make a concrete backyard area, man, they're going to keep their nails down for life, depending on the size of the dog. The doodles, yes, absolutely. That one's okay. That one, I guess, okay. That one's not bad. I ain't gonna mess with that one. I think this one. Yeah, that one is. These two right here, boom. I can see those are at the vein already while she's running around out there. These are ground down. And these are ground down. Good job. Good job. You're just grinding them down. Okay, let's check in between her toes right now to make sure that there's no matting in between the toes. She comes with a curly coat. So when a dog has a curly coat, it grows curly from every aspect, okay? So let's do that real quick. We're going to check in between the top of her toes because, I shaved all her pads out. And you don't necessarily need your dog upstand at this point, but wasn't it helpful as soon as she was sitting down on her tail, boom, boom? That's a size large. My boy Doodle will not fit a large. He fits the XL. So you always want to take a tape measure before you order that device and measure in here so that the item can fit underneath the body, okay? All right, I'm going to check. We're almost done. Okay, we're almost done. Let me check in between your toes here. All right, I'm going to take my pointy scissors. I call them ear shears, but I have a couple different ones, different types. I'm going to take my pointy scissors. I'm going to brush it up. There was no maps. See how her head's hanging so low? I want her head up. She's got the groom loop covered, so I need her looking up. I don't need her head hanging down. Imagine if it was just the groom loop. That's what I would hate whenever I was grooming dogs all those 18 years, 19 years before I invented that. I would always watch, and I hated it too. I did. I hated it too, but it was all we had in the industry is a groom loop, or none, or no groom loop. I'm going to come in with my sharp scissor and just trim that. There is webbing in there, so if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Use a clipper. But some dogs hate that clipper and don't like the clean feet, so you got to figure out what could work for you. But just be careful if you are going to scissor out the hair between the feet, the toes. It's not matted, so that's great. Sometimes, thick hair, they'll be laying around licking and all that. That causes tangles. So you want to keep an eye on it. Look in between, you know what I'm saying? Like literally look in between these toes. You want to do clean feet, you can do it. She don't love it. She don't hate it either. Look, there's some debris from running around partying outside. She don't love clean feet, so you could do this. And plus I'm going to color her feet in a week or two. Color her legs. So I want some hair here. If it's matted, it would have been a whole different scenario. I would have just shaved it out like clean feet then. But you can do like teddy bear feet. That's fine, right? It's up to you. It's your dog, right? I'm gonna let your foot rest a second. Okay. The rubber gloves really help just pull that hair up too. You don't necessarily have to brush. You can come over here like this. You got to make sure that the dog is not going to bite your face. You can do that angle, or you can come this way, this angle. That, if you're right-handed, this is the worst one. If you're left-handed, it's going to be the other side. You know what I'm saying? To get that angle like that. And if you were using clippers, what I like to do is position yourself right here and bring your clipper, look, right here, my hand goes under the dog, bring your clipper here, boom, do your clean feet like this, boom, boom. Same thing over here, boom, boom. You see what I'm doing? Now here, the dog can bite my face. Put yourself in the proper position to protect yourself. You do not want to get bit. So now I'm scissoring, I know her, I'm just gonna come in right here and trim from this angle. The scissors are not clippers. Does that tickle? All right. I hope you guys are learning some stuff. If you are, be sure you just hit that like button for me and comment below what you've learned today. All right. There was a time where I shaved half of her face, and I was trying to decide what to do with her body and her face, and I was having a lot of fun. And someone's at the door. Okay, I'll let you run around. Let me see who's at the door. Girl. They wanted a husky. They wanted a husky haircut. Husky D-shed package. Okay, hey, what do I need to do here? What do I need to do? See how it throws you off? Okay, that's okay. I told him to go watch me right now. I'm on YouTube. Maybe he'll sign in and kind of check it out. Okay, now we're working on her face. I could touch up the neck so I could put that on and not have to worry about it. Let's flip over to our 7-blade. So let's take our 7-blade here and put that on. And let's just test her neck and everything here. All right, like straighten it out, not test it. I've been pretty excited to go ahead and take all this hair off because I know how hot she is. And I'm really, my heart's really happy right now. I'm going to miss that long hair. I really am. I really am. But I also want her to be happy. And when she's panting a lot and miserable, that to me is not happiness. It's being miserable. And lately, I've been pretty grumpy too with this 111-degree heat and she's smelling her hair. This very, very hot heat in Texas right now. This year has been really hot. And I don't think they're being real with you and telling you exactly how hot it is, because I'm telling you right now, they're not telling you. They don't want to scare you. Come on, girl. Come on, baby girl. She's so sweet and so smart. Come on, baby girl. Okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about y'all, but my dogs, when I wake up, her head is right here. Hey, Guero, make sure you send me text me those vaccination records. Like, I'm not lying. See, I'm live. Her head weighs about 12 pounds, and it's like literally right here when I wake up in the morning. It is hilarious. So I need her clean too, you know. Thanks, Guero. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay, 7 blades. I need her staying put, so I put this back on. But now I can have her looking up. I see a little curly sticking up, I just throw my 7 blade at it. Reverse, okay? All right, next thing, we're gonna clean up her face a little bit. See how her hair's curly coming in? It goes right into her face, her eyes. Watch. I've been trimming it at home as I see it, but I don't like it. See how it curls right in her eye right there? I think that that's also, like, her hair has what she's playing around in the dirt outside in it. And then that's curling and hitting her eye. I'm sure it doesn't feel good, and I need to get that out, okay? Look at all this, like, she's been partying and everything. Look at this, little things like that, you know, just from the grass outside, weeds and all that stuff. Okay, girl. Let's see if we can get this all cleared up for you, okay? Because I know something is bothering you. What's crazy is how they don't know any better, right? They go outside and they don't care if it's all dirt. They just want to play. They want to have fun. And before you know it, they're running around, dirt's everywhere, they're in it, and they're having a problem with it. All right, I'm going to switch out to my 10 blade. Remember, I said, you guys, 10 blade only to use it with an attachment comb or what is called a guard. Attachment comb or guard, same thing. So now, I'm not going to use this one necessarily, but I am going to stop and put my 10 blade down and brush her head. So I can see if I'm just going to trim it or like take it off all even like with a guard. So we have to brush it all out. Let's brush this out. Oh, there's a tangle right there. So I'm going to cut this out. And look at that static right there, a little static. So you could get your water bottle with water. I love my water bottle. Come get some of my favorite ones at myfavoritegroomer.com, the ocean one. Or I got these because it says water. I don't have to label it. It says water on there. I'm going to spray just a little bit up there. You could do a tap tap or a long spray, okay? You can literally ask your client, can I play with your dog's haircut? And do you care? Like, let me have some fun. Let me see what the dog looks cute doing. And just slowly take hair off so that, let me bring you guys down just a tad. Slowly take the hair off like I've been doing. So it was really long 4 days ago. When I got home from my trip, when I was in Hawaii grooming, when I got home, her hair was all up in her eyeballs. And I have since trimmed this back so I could see her eyes. And then overnight, like last night and the night before, the curls started coming out into her eyeball. I need to take care of that. So slowly take it back. Don't take it all off at once. So that way you can kind of play with it. But since she's my dog, I can play with it all hours of the day. But if you have to go in for grooming, you have to tell your groomer, yeah, you can play with it. And know that let's just go play with it and go shorter and send me some pictures and then we'll decide what to do for future grooms. But while you play with it, just have fun, right? Just be artistic. So I'm brushing her head out now, so in case I decide to just use a guard, I don't have to come back and brush again. And since we're done with the neck, I'm going to put this back on because she's hanging her head quite a bit, right? We're done with the neck. I can put this with the groom loop cover on it, and I can feel better about that being around her neck. Okay. Let's make sure it's on the neck because I'm trying to see her face here. We definitely need to see her face, and if I have to remove it again, I will. All right, let's brush it all out first. Line brush, bring in one line of hair down and brush the top, like bring it all, brush everything. Imagine making sure you get every single hair through your brush. And then to just double check your own work, we're going to come through and slide the comb through. For those of you guys just joining me, we're on the tail end of the final grooming. But if you want to see the rest, there's so much education and tips and tricks in giving her this haircut. I know it seems simple, but there's a lot of things that I taught today. You can check the video back out later and watch it from start to finish. There's not a moment that I don't feel like you're actually gaining some knowledge. Well, maybe a moment like that where I was quiet, but I mean, right? You know what I'm saying. Do you? You do know what I'm saying, right? So far, we've done the 7 blade on the body, 10 blade on the safe areas, armpits, tummy, 10 blade with a 2 guard, which is a blue guard usually, but sometimes not. It's a 3/8 inch guard called the number 2 on the tail, top and bottom and sides of the tail. That's what we're looking at right now. I'm going to brush her head out, and I want to get her hair out of her face completely, so I can ensure that whatever's bothering her skin or eyes is gone. I don't want it to keep happening. And I want her cool enough in the summer. She's not panting all day, even though she's in AC, air conditioner. Here in Texas, it's been extremely hot. And some other places too that I grew in Florida and Hawaii and some other states. Name out your states if it's been really, really hot this year. And August is our hottest month, and we ain't even in it yet. It's like gonna be here any day. And there's a mat, so I'm cutting it, I'm slicing it in between, and then I'm gonna brush it out. We were also talking about how she has been with a pet sitter, and sometimes things like mats do pop up when you are gone for a period of time, and you just have to come home and deal with it. You can train your pet sitter, pay them extra to do some of this brushing and all that stuff, or pay them good so it's included. But not all pet sitters are groomers, so don't expect like magic to happen if that's not what they know how to do. And you don't want your pet sitter to get bit because they're trying to do groomer stuff. You can even make a deal with your groomer to come swing through and do something if you're gone for a while. Because if your pet sitter gets bit and you're not home, it's a bad day. Line brush means I want to make sure I brush all the hair on her head, not in a big clump, but one at a time. And it's good to actually have or own a pair of these bubble tip scissors that I have and sell, because I feel like you could do some a little toot toot when it's too much at home. You look so silly. I love your hair. I love your afro. Yes, I do. Let me get that out, whatever that is. Get that out. Okay, let me see this. Got that. Got that out. Good girl. Just let me finish this side of this ear. Underneath. So there was a time where I actually took half of her face. I really wanted to figure out what I wanted to do with her look. And so instead of taking her whole face, I shaved just half of it. I called it a half and half. I did half her body short and half her body long. I let that ride out for about 4 or 5 months, and then I realized I needed something different for her. So then I wanted to keep some of the baby hair here, and so I changed it into a colored rainbow. So we had the rainbow early on. You saw me take it off. I had actually left all this long, and then eventually took it all down and left it like here and here, like a one guard. And down here I had it long, long, long with the rainbow, like it attached from the neck all the way up to the head. My dog, my dream, right? And so I wanted to play with what I felt like I could enjoy and keep up with, because I work a lot. Now, it's come to where I feel like she needs the air. She needs to be able to feel relief, and I want to take it down for her. So now I've taken everything down here, and this whole face thing, I had it shaved, like this side was shaved, and I really like this little teddy bear thing that happens. But this face hasn't been shaved in like 6, 7 months. This is all grown out now. And this side was long, and this side was shaved to the gill. All of it was off. So now it's finally a rounded, even hair length around here, and I like it, but it does need a haircut. So we're gonna cut it, but I'm just not gonna shave it, okay? She's been chewing this bone in the car today and yesterday, because we traveled in the car. And she keeps her mind busy when she's chewing that. So it's a little dry right there. You don't have to brush it too much, but when we wash her face, that'll help, or I might just trim it out. We'll see. So that hard, crusty stuff, that's from just chewing a bone, like one of those bones. And I sell them on my site too. I make sure to monitor her while she's chewing that though. And I don't give her one like this big. She'll swallow it whole. I give her a big one, so I know that she's busy with it when I'm not looking right at her. And when we're done, I take it. I don't just let them have it and swallow it whole. I don't want anything penetrating her intestines or something like that without me watching it. Well, I don't want to watch it happen. I don't want that to happen with some of these treats that we give and we don't look back and check on them, and all of a sudden it's gone. Make sure you're monitoring. It's the same with kids and children. You know, you don't like just give them something and let them not like swallow it whole. Okay, you don't want that. All right. I'm not sure what to do, but I do know I want all this out of her face. So let me see if she'll let me do the clipper with the 10 blade, just nice and soft. Come close here with her eyes. I want that out of her face. I don't care what it looks like, it's got to go. I live with her, I know her best. You live with your dogs, you know your dogs best. When they're miserable, you want to make sure they feel better. So I know this for her. So guess what? That means when I groom someone else's dog, I'm going to ask those same questions like, is your dog miserable? Does your dog have allergies? Is your dog really hot? I mean, and then listen to what the dog needs. And then put that together with what the owner wants and try to make it a really great cut for that particular family. So this is what I call skimming. I'm just slowly skimming, soft, nice, easy, not heavy-handed, not in a panic. I'm taking off little by little until I get to where I feel like I like it. I like that. I'm gonna leave it just like I like it, okay? Oh, easy peasy, easy peasy. Easy peasy. You don't like that? Okay, we can do the scissors there. Now let me move all this. You don't love it? That's okay. It's cool, it's not hot. Right here. This little spot when they chew and eat food right here, boom, where that lip kind of squeezes together, where this tooth kind of sits right there, it'll always gather like fluid, and it turns it maroon sometimes. So I like to take that part and make it a little short right there, like right there. Now, if it's gonna be really hard and chunky from that tree, I'm just gonna wash it. I'm not gonna shave all that off necessarily. There it is right there, like that chunky monkey stuff from the tree. Can I see? I'm not worried about it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check the hair here. May I? Thank you. Use your comb. The comb doesn't lie. Okay. Down on the, there you go. Let's check her forehead here. Make sure I did a decent job with that. If there's any knots at the skin level, right at the skin, not the top, okay? Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button. Let me know if you're learning some stuff. You can comment below. We're chatting in the live chat right now. Okay, can I see your face? Don't tell me today's August 1st. Is it? No, July 30th? Okay, so now we're gonna get this. I like to put it back in my way. Like if the dog leaves, she's gonna go home with me and I have scissors, so I can fix it at the house. But when a dog starts moving around, jumping around, shaking her head, stuff like that, this is what we're dealing with here, right? Now, this is where we would be at, right? So, my gosh, look at her. Look at your face. You're so cute. Are you looking at me? I'll put you right in front of me here. Hey, girlfriend. The other day, she loves ice. Are you sleeping? I'm telling you, her allergies are bothering her, like allergies. So she loves ice, and her hair was like this, and she could not see the ice that fell on the floor. That's how crazy it was. I was like, it's right here, and I kept grabbing it. I knew then that she could not see the ice, and we had to handle this. We have to handle this. Now, you can take your 8.5s. I have these $69.99 8.5s. My Favorite Groomer scissors. I love them. I have the bubble tip. You can anvil. Remember, they went out of business, so whatever I have, if you want some, you better get some. They don't make them like this. I have not seen these like that. So, bubble tip. If you have just this bubble tip, it will work. Okay, so let's just do this together. So I'm not going to take it all off with the guard yet. I want to play around with the face. And you can do whatever you want when you're working with your animal, but if you're a groomer and you're trying to do it for profit, just be real honest with the client. And I always ask to have fun too sometimes, okay? So I'm going to just go ahead and take off all this. I'm just going to come and take it off. Because I'm thinking I want to take all that off. Remember we talked about that? We're going to take all that off anyway. But I definitely want to clear this out so I can see her eyeballs. And then we can come back and recolor if we want to color later. The color here, look how it's grown out a lot. The color is about 3 or 4.5 months old. So that color I sell is really good stuff. Remember, now let's get it back in her. Once she starts moving around, it starts to change, right? Now, this approach to doing the face is different than what some people can do. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't want to take it all off right away. I want to play with it and see what it looks like as I chisel it back and out. I want to chisel back what I know has to go. And my main thing is to get her eyes seen, and also the hair, if it's getting stuff from outside on it and it's flaring up her eyes here, I want to make sure I've cleared it all up here around her eyeballs. I like to say eyeballs. I like to say that, refer it to that, you know, because it's kind of funny. So when she gets off the table and shakes her head, it's going to go like all over the place. So let's make it go all over the place. So then what else do you still have to take off here? If you can't tell where the ear is, you need to grab the ear. If you can't tell where it's at, you need to grab it. Don't cut it on accident. See all this? I don't want none of it getting in her eyeball. Like, I don't want it in her eye at all. Like, something's bothering her and I'm going to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's the yard or the food, and we're already working on the food, so it didn't happen last year, but the yard changed this year. It got so hot, the whole yard has failed. It failed, it's gone. How's that look? She's so silly. She's so silly. You're so silly. If you want your animals to act like this during grooming, consistency, exercise, and regular grooming. All right, now let's take this groom loop cover off so I can really see what she's going to look like as she's running around. And I'm still probably going to take some length off the top of here of the afro. Okay, and then when we want to recolor, we can recolor. But now this is where we're at, right? If she moves her head and acts all crazy, this is what we got going on here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we can see her head out there, her eyeballs. I like that. I like that a lot. This is pretty thick for her. So I want to say we're going to do a bit of a guard. So let's go ahead and grab our 2 guard and come around her cheeks. I like that round thing that's happening. Oh, sorry. For those of you guys who just got here and missed it. Blade. Tin blade, lever, pop that, put your blade on, take it on and off. If you have a clipper like this and you didn't know you could do that, you have lost a lot of time with your clipper. Don't use the screws here to take off your blade. Pop it off like that. If you have an Andis 2-speed plus, it has a plus sign, they don't make those anymore. It doesn't have a lever, but you have to pop it real hard, it'll come off. Okay, this is called an Andis blade. This blade can be removed and put a different blade on. Now, take your 2 guard. You can get everything at myfavoritegroomer.com. Guards separately are walls. Guard kits with the kit is Andis. You lay that right there. Put these little 2 teeth. Lay that right there and spring it up and over the top of the blade. That's how you put that on. I'm using a 2 guard, which is 3/8 inch right here cut, okay? And we did that for the tail, top to bottom, left and right, and then we're gonna do it for the rounding of the face here. And those of you guys who just got here as well, I'm gonna go right there. You're not gonna be able to tell on that crease of the neck. I'm just gonna go forward right there, just a little bit. You're not gonna be able to tell. But I'm not doing it heavy-handed. I'm just not skimming, but I'm letting it go through, but I'm kind of I'm seeing how much hair it's taken off, and I'm trying to make it rounded. And I've already brushed it all the way out. The hair where it's thick will be very hot, so I wanted to take that down some. Oh yeah, that's cute. Look that way for me. This way. Look up. You see? Nice and easy. Okay, since I did a little up on that neckline, I'm going to come and brush it out because I know I chiseled some out. So clean your brush out with your comb. And we're going to come here and brush some of that out that I just chiseled. Thank you. That part right there is really thick. I want to make sure I get more off of that. Look that way, please. Right here, this brown spot. Okay. Look up. This is a straight. It doesn't matter if it's curved or straight. You can still use it. This is pre-bath, so it don't stay here too long. It don't matter. It's going to get washed off. This dirt's going to get washed off anyway. And yes, there's dirt on the skin and coat, so it'll come out. Now, we're looking at her head and everything. What y'all think? I still think we need to take some off. I'm going to take half of that off, okay? You can scissor it off, or you can come back with your guard. The 2 guard will take a lot off, so I'm going to throw on the longer guard. Let's go ahead and throw on, which I hardly ever use, the E guard. It's 1 inch. I'm going to lay that on my 10 blade. Please use a 10 blade. And we're going to go down, because going reverse makes it a little bit shorter. We're going to go down the head. And I'm going to go a little up because I still actually want to do it longer than this. This is going to leave it 1 inch. But I'm going to start up here and just leave it a little bit longer. See, like I took off about 1 inch right there, right? The length, okay? You want to smell your hair? Here, I'll let you up here. Let me let you up, look up. There you go. I thought she was doing an itch, but she wanted to smell it. Yeah, that's your hair. I know, are you happy? She turned happy just now. Did she not just seem happy? I took it off. Will that help? Oh yeah, look, it's not in your eye. It's not gonna lean forward in your eye at all. Did she not just tell us something? Almost done. Let's just take a tiny bit more. Did she say finally? I'm just going to go straight down her ear here. I have actually done the 7 blade on her ear too. The ears retain a lot of heat. And so it's always good to have short inside of the ear. How do I know? I'm going to teach you how so you can know. When you're sitting chilling with your dogs, and just when you're at your calmest moment, I want you to take your hand with no glove on it. I want you to put your hand underneath that ear flap, like that, underneath. If your dog's ears stand up, it's not going to be the same thing. I'm talking about heavy, hairy ears, okay? Put your hand underneath here at your most calmest moment, okay? Chilling on the couch, because what's going to happen is you're going to see and you're going to feel how hot it is, and you're going to go, this is while we're chilling. How hot is it under your ear when we're not chilling, when we're on a walk, when the AC goes out, when it's really hot, when you're in a car ride? How hot is your body? Put your hand right under the ear flap and find out. I'm going to teach you that, okay? So yeah, that should not get in her eyeballs now, right? Yeah, look at your cute face. Look at your cute face. All right. Now, Andis doesn't sell their attachment cones separately. So in order to get this one, you actually have to buy the kit. It's on myfavoritegroomer.com. Get the kit. I hardly ever use this, but look, I was able to use it because I have it. Wall has singles, and that's one of the things that's really hard to get to right now. However, as I've been using the Wall for nearly 17 years, or maybe even 20, because there's some knockoff cheap stuff out there too. 17 years, Wall sells them individually in a kit as well, but the springs pop out. You know, they pop out of the whole device. So they're cheaper because you can just get one, but anticipate that at some point that spring is going to pop out and you're going to need another one. And so if they're low on inventory, it's best to order two if you have. If you see it, have it, order two. Otherwise, order the kit on Andis. If your 4-guard on Andis say breaks, if your 4-guard Andis breaks, then you have a whole kit to choose from, some other guards that will at least buy you time in buying another one, another kit, because you can't buy Andis singles, okay? Did you? Hey, okay. I knew you were gonna use your paw. I knew it. I was gonna say, she was gonna touch my face. I was like, you're gonna scratch me. I don't move. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I love you too. You did so good. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you work with me. Yes. Yes, I know. I hope this helps you. I was gonna shave your inside of your ears before we're done. Okay? So one more thing, please. We're going to shave the inside of the ears. I told you it retains a lot of heat in here. And then no one can see it. No one knows. Boom. If you're pulling I'm going to shave the inside of the ears because no one sees it. No one knows, and it retains a lot of heat in the ear. I want to say, you guys might have just missed that part, so let me plug you in here. Okay, do that. I'll just shave the inside of that one. Okay, let's do this one. Look that way for me. There's skin and ear flaps. Just sit there and study the ear flap before you get to doing any shaving inside the ear. Study it first. If you're pulling out the ear hair on your dogs and you're doing it regularly, you're not going to have to do it very often. So right now it's just kind of coming in. It's not that bad at all, so I'm just going to pull a little bit out, okay? Like that, like that's it. Now if I wasn't keeping up with them, then they would be out of hand, okay? But because I do them regularly, it should not be a lot to take out, okay? Just pull that out of the ear. Get that out of there, otherwise it's going to hold dirt and debris. And it starts looking funky monkey. I'm going to use my ear cleaner on a cotton ball, and because my fingers won't fit, I'm going to wrap it around my hemostat and clean it out like this. Because my fingers don't always fit in there, and the hemostat will. It'll fit right there where I can get under all that stuff. All those skin flaps and things like that. You see? It looks good, right? Not really bad. A little tiny tinted a little bit, but nothing gunky or maroon or black. Right now I'm just on the outside, and now I'm going to go around these skin flaps, and down the back inside. The back inside. See? Little bit of, just a little dirty, but that's it. Now, I feel like this is something we can deal with here. This is gonna go forward, but not go up in her eyeballs. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope you enjoyed watching me give my female doodle a shaved down summer cut. I hope that everything I taught you throughout the grooming process will help you go quickly and efficiently through your doodle groomings. If you have any questions, you can email me at dd_grooms@yahoo.com. It's DEDE_grooms@yahoo.com. You can also call me at 817-676-1585. I've been grooming over 20 years. I love sharing my knowledge with you for free. I also love teaching you classes when you're ready to pay. I will give you my undivided attention, and I value your time. So the time that you have invested in my channel and watching and learning and subscribing and liking and sharing and then coming over to myfavoritegroomer.com and ordering, I value you. I really appreciate you. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you learned that was the most coolest thing in this video. I would love to know that. We'll see you on the next live stream. Thanks for watching Dee Croy, and thanks for following me on those other channels too, all that social media. So I couldn't do it without you, and I have fun teaching you. So thank you so much for all the years. We'll see you next time. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. How do you feel? You feel okay? You feel good? You do. Good. Great. Yeah. I'm concerned about your eyes and everything, but whatever's bothering you, I wanted to fix it. Yeah, I wanted to fix it and get it out of there. You know? It's hot. Hi, it's hot. You want to play now? Huh? You want to play? Well, don't fall. I mean, it's not that high up, but don't fall. Look at all that hair. We got to give you a bath now.